Hello, my water. This is the water element energy messages or reading. Okay. And this is for, well, whenever you receive it, these are not time stamped, right? As I always tell you guys. And water. So, water is definitely what it is, right? Emotional times, right? Your thoughts affect your emotions and vice versa. So when you resonate with water, you may be going through something that is very emotional, something that is thought provoking, right? Something that is um, allowing you to feel and experience the ebbs and the flows of life at this time in your life, right? Let me start out by saying hello. If you're new to the channel, welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm High Priestess Key 333, coming to do element reading, okay? Element energy messages. It doesn't have to resonate with your exact sign, although water element does go with water signs mainly, right? But it doesn't, you don't have to be a Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces to resonate with any of these messages, all right? Over here, we actually utilize the true sidereal and the Vedic astrology, which is Eastern astrology. So it will be a lot different of what you may see and hear, right? Spiritual astrology as well is what I basically do my readings off of. And I don't use tarot, I use my oracle cards that were created with my ancestors. All right. So I just want you to understand that that's how I'm able to read the energy. Okay. This is an energy metaphysical reading, and I'm getting ready to get into the water energy at this time. Okay. So first thing I want to say is that right now we are still. I always like to look. The first quarter just happened. The first quarter moon just happened on the second, which was, well, actually the second and the third, right? Which took place, like I said, between Tuesday, Wednesday, some like moving into Monday, the end of Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday time, right? So that's always a time when you have to make a decision, or there's some decisions that need to be made, or you need to have confidence and courage around some type of situation. You may have been overly emotional, and you may be that way now. I was trying to see if we're still in Cancer's moon, and I'm going to refresh. And I always like to show you guys where we are. Sorry, family. Hold on, let me get it up so I can show you guys just briefly where we are on the planetary alignment at this time. I'm gonna refresh. We are in on the 4th of June, as you can see the date here, June 4th, 2025. You see the sun is still in Taurus. As I always tell you guys, this is the true sidereal and the verdict, what you can look out in a telescope at the sky and see where the planets are at this time. It's not anything different, okay? Although you may resonate with what resonates with you, I just want to show you the actual true, right? Sidereal. So the moon is in Virgo today. Mercury is still in Taurus. Venus is in Pisces. Mars is in Leo. Jupiter is still in Taurus. Saturn is still in Pisces. Okay. Uranus is in Taurus and Neptune is in Pisces. You can see it here. This is called the Sky Live. You can go here anywhere on any internet access, and you can see where the constellations of what's in the solar system in the night sky currently today. It gives you the magnitude, the apparent placement of where that planet is right now, right now. So this is Virgo moon that we're in. So we're in Virgo energy today, right? So today is the day for you to probably been getting organized, or you may be feeling the need to get grounded. I went out in nature today and put my feet in the grass, right, to get grounded today. So it makes sense, right? So that is the planetary alignment at this time. We're not in the Cancer moon. We're in Virgo now. All right, so water. Let's see what the energy is and what's the messages that the ancestors would like for you to know with the planetary alignment, the numerology, and the spiritual astrology. All right, let's see what the ancestors want you to know in reference of The water element ancestors. What is it that water element needs to know? Any messages for the water element? Those that resonate with water element at this time, ancestors, bring through the message for water element. Water element ancestors. Water element. Asha. All right. I'm water on the Western, but I resonate a lot with water element now, right? Because I've been very emotional lately. But I can see exactly what the ancestors is saying, and this rings true, right? Um, Ancestors don't lie. Okay. I'm sorry. The ancestors don't never lie, family. I'm just here to tell you. If somebody ever told you that the ancestors lie to them, they a lie and the truth ain't in them. Okay. I'm gonna just tell you straight out like that. Okay. Now, first thing first, right? The overall energy for the water element, okay, at this time. I'm gonna tell you what the overall energy is at this time for water. So the overall energy at this time is about your physical needs and being divine. Okay. It's about, everything that's within your excuse me, your living conditions, what's happening in your homes, what's happening with your finances, what's happening with your job, what's happening in your love relationship, how you live, right? I just heard in my head, how you live in what, how you living in living color. You can do what you want to do. In living color. Okay, some of y'all might know what I'm talking about, but some of y'all may not. But anyways, that's what the ancestors just threw at me. I always get downloads with songs too. So maybe that song or that show has something to do with, maybe you've been watching it a lot or something like that. I don't know. Anyways, the main overall message right now for water is you working on things, or you are worried about something, or you may be, that's your goal to change something around your physical needs, what you desire. But the ancestor said it's all about you being divine right now. And it's showing true. I have Kekut, which is the Egyptian word for coming out of a situation. It's immediate transformation of a situation. So it's like where the light is shed on your situation right now with water. Light is shed on a problem, put it like that. Okay. So this goes back to the overall message that is here as well about your physical needs. Water element, it may be that you're going through some major things right now, and if you're not, that's great, but you still probably have some goals that you're trying to manifest or get through, and so light is being shed on that problem. It's the end of obscurity. So it's the raiser of light. So right now it's like you need to raise your vibration to be more to shed more light on the good versus having to put more energy towards what is not great for you. Okay. Right now with the Keku, this is about darkness, and about you being in some type of darkness, but it actually moving towards the light, giving you hope. Okay, is what Kekut is all about. It's blossoming into a new perspective. So some of you right now, throughout your emotions, you crying it out, you may be worrying, you may be doing, you can't sleep at night. That's what the darkness brings, like the dark night of the soul. Water, it may be going through water. You may be very, very emotional, crying a lot, these things, right? But the ancestors is saying with this immediate transformation of your situation, it also brings about the union of opposite, right? So trying to balance the light and the dark, that is the main key to life. And it's the very hardest job in reference of learning the lessons here in the 3D, right? And so when we get the K-Kook, because the K-Kook came out exactly of how you're feeling at this time or what you're going through as in the water element, if you can resonate with this message. But it's also changing your mind, right? Because sometimes, and not sometimes, I always tell you guys, your emotions, your thoughts go together, right? And that is connected, okay? Because remember, your mind is all you have. That's the first universal law. All is mental, right? And so when your emotions affect your mind, your thoughts and your perception are going to shift and change. So being that you're going through this problem or situation, right? The ancestors is showing at this time that you're blossoming into a new perception of the world or a situation. And it's allowing you to shift your mindset. Some of you, it's in reference of you being so successful, and maybe this is a time where you feel as a failure, or you feel doubt. You feel that you're unable to get to where you used to be, successfully, right? For some of you, this is definitely about the do's and the don'ts. It's definitely about the things that you have endured. It's definitely about you learning a lesson of what to do and what not to do. And if you do it again, it could cause something to, happen all over again for you, right? But it's all about you. This is a time of reflection in reference of water. And when you're looking in water, it is a reflection, right? It is a reflection of who? You. So you must reflect at this time in reference of the things that you want to accomplish and you want to conquer and you want to change, right? In reference to the battles that are in front of you or you're dealing with at this time, water. The ancestors is showing um, in your inspired actions, there is an intervention. And it looks like that intervention is definitely going to come from a trusted advisor or a trusted friend, someone that is like maybe even like a best friend, someone who is able to help you wrap your mind around, coming out of this situation or this problem. It can also go back to you doing some things if you are into the occult or esoteric work. Right now the ancestors say, your intuition is what you need to use also. Okay. When it comes to this intervention though, and how you're inspired to do some things to change your situation, the spiritual and magical guides that you have, are highlighted. Okay, so you want to do that right now. May be a very good time for you to connect and contact and tap in with your ancestors. Okay, for this intervention is what the ancestors is saying. They're like, "Hello, we're here to help you. Hello," because I have Ampu. Okay, I have Ampu, and um, Ampu. This is all about the opener of ways. So right now, that's what you're inspired to do because you're inspired to change this energy with Kut being here. That's the transformation of a situation. So you are in the mode of transforming some type of situation for yourself in the water element. And it's very emotional. It's trying times. It's taking you through some things emotionally, right? And so the ancestors is showing there's something about the summer solstice. Okay. I don't know if things are going to change then for you or if that's when you're going to have this breakthrough. The summer solstice is June the 21st. Okay. But I'm also picking up that, you have some type of faithful companion. This could be a lover. This could be someone who's like a best friend, and it even could be a dog. Right, but I doubt that this, and maybe your dog is somebody because I'm picking up on a animal. So maybe your dog is somebody who you're confiding in at this time. Maybe you're able to sit with your dog, talk to your dog, and it's good to have that extra companion, right? But for some of you, this is somebody who is a trusted friend, a trusted advisor, somebody who's going to be able to give you some good advice, right? A friend. But I also have that what you're inspired, like I said, is to move in a different direction. Okay. But the ancestors also want you to know not to be tricked because I have the trickster here with Uranus energy in your karma. Okay. This is about some manipulative, naive energy that's been here. Maybe that is in reference of something that you have caused that is affecting your situation to go in a certain way. This is trickster energy with the Uranus there. Okay. So you got to be very careful of not causing any type of karma, right? You got to put out the good karma. And some of you are dealing with this emotional situation because of something karmic that you've done already. And it's making its way around, it's spinning the block, right? But what's changing is still, once again, your living conditions. Your home life is changing. The things that you truly want to shift, the things that you truly want to change, it's changing for you. It is. And the ancestors are saying throughout all this situation of what you're trying to conquer, love, whatever, finances, whatever it may be, even health, the situations, don't allow your mental health, right? Your mental well being to be depleted. Okay, because it's easy to allow your vibrations to go low, right? You have to continue to fight, all right, throughout your emotions. Do your shadow work, because shadow work is here. Um, and don't deceive yourself throughout whatever this deception is that I'm seeing. Be careful of others trying to deceive you around some type of monetary situation as well as love. I'm seeing both of those here around some type of deception. Okay. I also am telling you guys, based off of the message that the ancestors is giving, some of you actually need some therapy and help. Okay. Around how to, handle some type of trauma, some type of emotional trauma that is, you're going to need a heads up. You're going to need therapy. You're going to need help. Sometimes we can't do it all ourselves, okay? Another part of that message that's here as well is the ancestor saying you need help and rehabilitation around your finances. Maybe take a financial course or learn how to handle money better. Healthy money habits is going to help you when it is time in showing in reference of some type of financial situation as well. All right, so let's get clarity on your message here for you, water. Let's get clarity for water. Clarity in reference of the message and the energy for water ancestors in reference of the message that you gave water. Can I get clarity here for water? Water clarity in reference of the message that's already here. Water clarity. Thank you, ancestors. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. The ancestors showing, um, success. Okay. Coming back out successful. All right. Something is definitely going to end. Okay. There's definitely an ending here. All right. But with endings come new beginnings. And you may feel that you may be a little perturbed with this ending. Okay. Um, and I'm showing a lot of you are doing divination, right? You're doing that divination to kind of see exactly where you're going to land. And you're inspired to see exactly what's ahead, right? You're allowing that to be your trusted factor as well when it comes to you doing some type of divination or occult, maybe looking at a lot of tarot, doing something that's going to allow you um, to kind of see, yeah, and to see exactly what it is that you need to do in reference of making a sacrifice for this intervention some of you guys are doing at this time. But the ancestors want you to know that your future is changing. That's why this is happening for you. Okay, you must know that your future is changing. It's a lot that you're unable to see right now, because I'm getting another overall energy around something that you're not going to be able to see. There's like I said, a lot of future changes, but also um it's like what I'm seeing here is like, you're having a lot of things to happen that for the most part, what the ancestors is saying overall for my water, do some humanitarian work to balance out this karmic situation you're going through. And what does that mean? Now is the time for you to pay it forward. Now is the time for you to go work and help the homeless. Put that positive energy, do something humanitarian wise, put your energy out there to offset this negative, okay, that you're going through, and even to make you and raise your vibration of feeling emotional. Now is the time for you to do something that's going to make you feel great inside. And it doesn't have to be monetarily. Okay, you could just put your energy out there in a positive way, water, and the ancestors look at that as also doing humanitarian work here in the 3D. Okay, so that's the overall message in reference of you conquering the battle that you're going through mentally. If you have any like depression, anxiety around whatever you're going through, emotional things, right? It's about paying off karmic debt right now for you, water. That's your main message, paying off karmic debt, right? And so the way to conquer that in a major way, the way the ancestors is saying it here specifically, um, is because you're going to be abundant, right? You're going to be abundant. It's about overturning these situations, right? And miracles are going to occur in your life once you start working on this karmic debt. Point blank, period, right? And so it is. It's all about how you emotionally respond to the situation. That's what it is. Because right now, the ancestors is showing that there is interventions that's coming in for you, and there's success that's here for you. Some of my Virgo energy is very strong in this spread, and Gemini, Scorpio as well. But Virgo, very, very, very strong. And Pisces, okay? But for those that need to know, this is about your future. That's why you're having to go through this at this time. And it's a very emotional time because the way the planetary alignment is laying out for you with the message all the way through is that things have to come to an end when it comes to your karmic debt. Some of you have already paid it forward. Some of you are already coming over that hump, right? You're coming over what you're not seeing is you coming over those things that you once thought were holding you back or restricting you in some way, but it's not. You're going to be successful. That's why the ancestor threw out the main card that for you overall is that your immediate transformation of a situation for you that may have not been great, that may have not been the best feeling ever, but what's changing is your future. The trauma that you went through, you're subsiding that. You're coming through it, and it's all about your physical needs. What you truly want and need right now in your life is making you extra emotional, but it's karmic debt that you are either paying it forward, coming through, or either you're constantly going to stay in it. It's going to be a repeated cycle for you where things are going to continuously end unless you pay it forward, unless you work through that karmic debt. Okay, so that is your message, water. I hope this resonates for you. I love you guys, and I will see you soon. Peace.